Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to CRN. We are here with the final race of the regular season. That's right, it's Daytona time here at the Ghost Cup Series. And it's definitely going to be a doozy. Obviously, on Tuesday night, we've seen the Demon Truck Series do the Daytona race. Now we're going to see the Cup cars take advantage of Daytona here tonight. Definitely going to be something fun out here to watch. Is Daytona. 2.48 miles of plate track racing. Degrees in the banking is going to be 33 degrees. Temperature in the air is going to be 74. Track temp is going to be 74 as well. 2 mile an hour wind. And going to be some high flying. Actually, going to go ahead and go down through the grid for everybody here tonight. On the front row is going to be Brock Whitehead and Noah Owens. Third is. Whoop, where'd it go? There it is. Third is going to be Patrick McQuaid. Fourth is going to be Austin Wheeler. Fifth, Christopher Cash. Sixth is going to be Jonathan Cogswell. Seventh is going to be Chris Zofield. Eighth, Christian Ruse. Ninth, Kevin Coleman. 10th, Jeffrey Kalinsma. 11th is going to be Charles Whitehead. 12th is going to be TJ Haley. 13th, Samuel Lawson. 14th, Robert Gillard. 15th, Dylan Ellis. 16th, Paul Hurst. 17th is going to be Christian Roberge. 18th, the Arca Menards Series racer Christopher Tate. 19th, or that is going to be the field out here tonight. 18 cars on the race here tonight. Race control is going to be by Tom Freitas, calling all the action out here tonight. But it's going to be a great race out here tonight. Going to go ahead and get the stages and everything for everybody, so everybody knows exactly what to look out for here tonight as I look through the race info. It's going to be 120 laps the distance here tonight, 65% fuel, 5 tire sets, 1 fast repair, 2 green white checker. Stage 1 is going to end on lap number 30. Stage 2 is going to end on lap number 60, and then a 60 lap dash to the end. Green. But we're green flag racing here. Brock Whitehead and Noah Owens going to go ahead and get us going under green flag conditions for the first time here at Daytona. And already Brock Whitehead getting out to an early lead over Noah Owens. He's going to quickly go up to that top shelf and succumb to his ride up there. I ran this race on a Monday Night League, and top shelf was the way to go due to the side draft being super heavy on that left or that right rear quarter panel, but now it's Noah Owens and Brock Whitehead leading the pack. You got Austin Wheeler sitting at P number 3, Jonathan Cogswell running up your top 4, and then Patrick McQuaid down there in P number 5. Patrick McQuaid, Mr. Consistent, trying to look to go back to some more playoff racing. Obviously, everybody out here tonight is technically in the playoffs as we speak. The only 2 drivers that are not eligible for the playoffs is going to be Kevin Coleman and Jeff Kalinsma. So far, so good. 2 laps out of 120 are complete. And you can see just how much room these drivers are giving each other. And they're being fairly clean. Chris Ruse ended up dropping down to the inside. He's going to lead that inside group here tonight. Not able to get the run down to that inside to push themselves all the way up to the front row, but still making it work the way that they need to. Chris Hupka not being able to race here tonight due to missing it and being involved in stuff, but able to watch on stream. Hopefully everybody out there is having a fantastic Thursday night as the Ghost Cup Series gets ready to go playoff racing. Once we get done with Daytona, I'm going to see these drivers maintain everything and see what they can do to get themselves into contention on winning the Season 4 championship. We've had three different season winners. Season number 1 is going to be Christopher Tate. Season number 2 is going to be Tom Bourne. Season number 3 is going to be Christian Ruse. This season, it all comes down. We could have our first repeat winner the history or of the season, or will there be another breakout season for somebody different? So far, everybody being calm and collective through this first couple laps. Everybody wants to keep their heads straight. Is Christopher Tate going to take up 3 wide in the middle? He's got no help though. He's going to try to make that middle lane work for the time being. Going to go ahead and move on board to that number 30 machine of Christopher Tate, as he's still not able to get clear of Christian Ruse. He's just going to follow back in line. In that bottom lane, struggling really bad, trying to get some help as Christopher Tate goes down to the inside to help push and pull that inside lane all the way towards the front. But it's been Brock Whitehead ever since then. Charles Whitehead back there, the number 5. See what he can do after Tuesday night, being the most aggressive driver, trying to lead a couple laps under green flag conditions. Just was not able to do so. Christopher Cash makes his way down to the inside this time by. Great shot coming off of turns number 3 and 4. Field's going to whip on by through the tri-oval to take lap number 6. And there we go. The inside lane finally getting some momentum. Christopher Cash going to be able to take over the race lead, but that high side is going to have the momentum. Noah Owens going to back off the bumper. He might be getting a little bit too hot. You can push for about 2 to 3 laps hard on the back bumper of somebody before the engine starts to overheat, and obviously you don't want to have your engine blow. As Christopher Cash goes from the bottom back up to the outside, we're going to see if this number 69 machine can get a lap lead. It'll be great for him. Good points to get a lap lead for the number 69. As right now, everybody doing what they need to do. Already the field switching it all the way up as the number 9 of Kevin Coleman making his way to the front of this field. 3 wide, Samuel Lawson in the middle of the number 20 Elite Performance Industries. TCP or TSP, True Sim Productions. Chevy Camaro. Already had some drivers pick. Going to go ahead and get that track map up here for everybody so they can see exactly what I'm seeing on the racetrack. As the 08, the 54, and the 57. I do believe those are 57, not 100% sure. Yeah, maybe the 57, all in the pit lane. So they knew that they cannot make it the 30 laps. They're just going to go ahead and go into pit lane and get that service done so they can make the rest of stage number 1. So green flag pit stops already ended up happening. Christopher Cash getting stuck in the middle all by himself. Samuel Lawson doing the exact same thing. Going to side draft just a little bit on the number 77 to pull him on back. 77 is going to get a little bit squirrely there as Christian Ruse down to the inside. He's going to go up to block Charles Whitehead. Charles Whitehead to want nothing of it. He's going to try to take over the race lead. This is exactly what we saw Tuesday night. He does not want to be behind anybody pushing them or anything like that. He wants to hurry up, get the race lead, get the clean air, and to get at least 1 lap later. He's going to go up to the top shelf. And if there's anybody that is determined to lead a lap here in the Ghost Cup Series, it's going to be that number 51, as Patrick McQuaid pushed the 30 out of line, pushed him all the way down below the yellow line. Let him back on up. As Patrick McQuaid tried to do what he needs to do to get himself up there in contention to lead a lap as well. Outside lane's got the majority of the cars, but they're not lined up to the best extent. As top three able to get clear. They can run the top, they can run the middle, they can run the bottom, wherever they want to put their cars, they can run wherever they want to be. The number 98 of, I don't know who that is. Christopher Burge, yeah. It's so weird not seeing him in the Sunny D machine, but Christopher Burge trying to do what he could do, put himself up there in contention. Also, Wheeler has dropped himself all the way back to P number 13. He's now down 13 positions from where he started. Christopher Burge is up 12, but Christopher Tate is up 16. So looks like Christopher Tate could potentially be the highest mover of the race if he can get the job done and get the race win. 12 laps out of 30 are complete. Is so far so good. Everybody giving enough room, not pushing through the corners, not doing anything stupid to wreck each other. As Roberge looks down to the inside, he's going to be able to make the pass on Cogswell. Same with Zofield, same with Dylan Ellis, same with Austin Wheeler. So Cogswell giving up that inside lane is going to lose all those positions. He's going to move all the way down to the back as Samuel Lawson getting into the apron just a little bit, but able to keep it saved for the time being. Looking out there in the YouTube chat, it is three-car black, rock and roll number 77, Barry Kistler out there. As always, good luck to all these drivers. And Johnny Williams, good luck to all, and hello to the booth. Well, hello there, Johnny. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit better after having a little bit of COVID on your end. I miss having you out here on the racetrack. So far, 14 laps are complete of this race. Still 3 wide towards the back of the pack. Brock Whitehead. Now Kevin Coleman's 3 wide. He's going to go ahead and let those drivers go on by. He's going to save a little bit of fuel back there in the back of the pack. A lot of jockeying around a 4 position. Nobody really wants to lead. Everybody wants to be able to save a little bit of fuel for this stage, so nobody has to pit, but could potentially end up happening. Is a big shot from the number 51 to the number 99. Going to shove him all the way out of the lane on the inside, put him all the way up to the outside. And now he's got to go down to the inside and try to take that position away as he got around Brock Whitehead. Brock Whitehead moving back up to the outside, try to do what he can do. As Samuel Lawson gets in front of Dylan Ellis, he's going to drop down to the inside. Now you got 2 cars up on that outside. You got you got Brock Whitehead, and you have Austin Wheeler on that outside trying to make something happen. But while these guys are jockeying for position, that's going to allow the 54, the 57, and the 80 to pull away just a little bit, or the 08, excuse me, pull away just a little bit to keep themselves on the lead lap. But while these drivers are on a good green flag lap, good green flag road, we're going to go ahead and get our first, you love to hear it in, of the night. We're going to go ahead and turn our mics off, turn these volumes up of the next gen race cars. Here at Daytona, give you the sights and sounds of the Toyota, the Ford, and the Chevy Camaro. We'll be right back. As we are back here live with the race here at Daytona. Surprisingly, 22 laps of green flag racing. Seen some more pit stops going on with Charles Whitehead going down in a pit lane, but these drivers up here think they have enough to make the 30-lap distance out here tonight. Looking, if I'm not mistaken, if it is 65% figure, you're looking at about 26 laps. You can definitely save 30 by staying in the draft, not being up in the front. Is Austin Wheeler having a little bit of blinking issues there. He's going to come back into race mode as a whip on by going through the backstretch. A lot of these drivers doing what they need to do. Christopher Tate going from the top all the way down to the bottom. He got tired of pushing Christopher Tate, or Christopher Cash. Excuse me. There's too many Chris's, as there's 4 Chris's in a row. You got Christopher Tate, Christian Ruse, Chris Zofield, and Christopher Cash. All in a line. All they need is Chris Roberge to get up there in the top 6. Top 5, and you have a top 5 of nothing but Chris's. Looking at it now, Ludos says Coleman needs to pick up the pace. Seamus Balastros, I'm putting my money on Coleman. Barry says I like Coleman as well. So, already got some people voting for Coleman to get the race win here tonight. He's not going to do it by being that far back, as Christian Ruse, Chris Zofield, and Kevin Coleman all hit pit road. Kevin Coleman getting on out of pit lane, and here comes the rest of the field. The majority of them. Look at them all staggered on out, getting in a pit lane. Everybody's going to be able to get the car load on down where they need to go. And Chris Roberge, the lonesome car on out there that has not yet pit. He could have went down with everybody else, just did not opt to do it. Now he's got to get into pit lane and get out of pit lane all by himself and hope he can keep the lead. But the draft is going to be crazy when he comes out. He's not going to have any help due to these 2 in front of him, or 1 behind him and 1 in front of him, who have pit already. So Roberge now going down into pit lane, and that's what I was talking about. He's going to be all by himself into pit lane. And here at Daytona, that is definitely not what you want to see. Is Johnny Williams going for the number 14 for the regular season win out here tonight. Austin Wheeler going to have the race lead. He's got a little bit of a gap over the number 30 of Tate. As Patrick McQuaid getting his lap back. But these two going to be with each other. Chris Roberge finally coming out of pit lane. That's not what he wanted to see. Chris Roberge, I believe, might have taken tires. His pit stop time was 11:92. Yeah, so Chris Roberge took tires on that pit stop. Not the right call. Should have just done the gas and go. Put enough fuel in that tank to make it the rest of the race. But he did not. Night, Bubba's. But it's going to be these 2 drivers, Christopher Tate and Austin Wheeler. Got a nice little gap between these 2. think they're more worried about just riding as of right now. Don't want to take any chances on anything. They got a nice little lead. They could battle it out for the stage win, but I don't think they're going to. I think they're just going to stay single file for these two, and then obviously see what they can do after that. 2 more laps to go in stage number 1. Stage 1 ends on lap number 30. It's been a topsy-turvy race. For a lot of these drivers. Everybody switching positions at any time that they wanted to try to save enough fuel to not have to pit, but they ended up having to. Is the most winningest driver in the series this season is going to be that man in the race lead. That's going to be Austin Wheeler with a collective of 7 wins on the season, I do believe. It's either 6 or 7. As here we go, final lap of the race. The 30 in the number 48. Going to go all the way around. Get go all the way back around, and then Tom Freitas, now they're in the race control position, going to go ahead and throw out the stage yellow.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
As there it is, the stage is come to an end. And it's going to be Austin Wheeler with the stage number 1 win. Getting it done the way that he needed to. Once he gets into pit lane, it gets caught up. We'll have a little chat with our stage 1 winner. Of Dylan, or not Dylan, but Austin Wheeler. To let him get caught up to the pace car. Pace car is probably going to be on the backstretch. And they got to get a long line of drivers back on and going. Well, as we're waiting for the drivers to get caught back up to your stage 1 winner, we're going to go ahead and bring them on into the booth. Austin, this is still in the CRN broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
All right, man. You had the strategy pretty much played out to your perfection there. You and Christopher Tate able to pull on away, have a big open lead over third place. Was it there at any time was Christopher Tate talking about possibly passing you for the stage win, or was he just fine riding behind you?
Yeah, I think he was cool riding behind me. I mean, we're on lap 30 of 120, so we still got plenty of time to get to the end here. So I think he's good with riding behind me for now, but we'll see when it comes to the end of it.
Yeah, obviously they're going to wait. But while you're getting ready to get into your pit box, I'll go ahead and let you get in there real quick, and then I'll ask you another question. All right, definitely got to ask you, is tires, obviously tires aren't really going to make a big difference, but obviously every stage or maybe even every other stage you want to take a fresh set just to have that extra secure tire wear on that car. What's it going to take to get through this grueling 122 laps or 120 laps? Obviously the first 30 went green. A lot better than what Tuesday night's truck race went. What's it going to take? I know there in the first stage, everybody was jockeying for position, high, low, middle, wherever they could go. We've seen you up front, we've seen you in the back. Are you more pretentious of running in the back, saving a lot more fuel than everybody else, or do you just want to be up towards the front and miss all the wrecks?
Yeah, man, everybody's having a great time. The team chat over here is awesome. Everybody's really enjoying the race, kind of playing around a little bit. Uh, I'm content if I can stay in the top three. If I'm not in the top three, I'm not going to ride the middle of it. I'll probably fall back a little bit and watch them duke it out. But as far as the tires go, see, I burned my worst tires, my left front 98. That's probably where I locked them up coming to pit road. So tires are here just in case. Other than that, they probably won't make a big difference in the race. So
Yeah, I
a lot of
mean,
fuel on the south probably be a lot of fun.
yeah, so looking at it with 65% fuel, they're looking about, what, 26 and a half to maybe 28 laps of fuel, give or take?
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to save some on the last day just to see, and I think I was running at like 26 laps. So probably less than that if you're running wide open the whole time. So you definitely got to pit before the stage ends.
Yeah, definitely going to be something fun out here to watch. Obviously, we want to see you do good. Obviously, you're coming in here as the regular season champion, so congrats on that. I don't think anybody's going to be able to pass you. It would take God and a miracle to end up passing you to the regular season points. So, congratulations on getting the job done. All you pretty much had to do was just start tonight, and you locked it up. So, congratulations at that. Is you're going to be the first rookie since season number 1 to get the regular season championship.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. It feels good to run this race stress free. It doesn't really matter too much on how it ends. So I get to have a little fun tonight and get ready for championship next week.
Well, if you make every pass 3 wide and you complete them, you'll make my day. Because then you're racing like me. Just don't wreck yourself.
Yeah, we'll keep it interesting up here. We'll see what we can do. Keep it entertaining.
All right, buddy. Well, we're gonna go ahead and put you back up there. Get locked in. Get ready to go, and hopefully be able to talk to you at the end of stage number 2.
Thanks, Dylan. I appreciate it.
All right, you as well, buddy. Good luck. All right, that's going to be our stage winner of number 1 of Austin Wheeler. As he was able to get himself another rack of stage points. Obviously, he doesn't really need the stage points, but stage points are always good to have in your back pocket going from round 1 to round 2, and then obviously round number 3. So the heavy favorite out here tonight is going to be that number 48 machine. But if I had to pick, yeah, it would honestly be the number 48, and then my dark horse would have to be the number 77 of Patrick, Mr. Consistent McQuaid. But if everybody stays on the lead lap, I mean, somebody in, I don't know, there's about, what, 16 cars left out here on the racetrack. Anybody, so TJ back in 16th could have a run of his lifetime all the way up to the front and just not look back, take over the race lead, and get the race win. But 31 and 3 going to lead these drivers back to the green flag. Barney, get ready to call the action. The green
Green flag,
flag
green
is
flag.
back out on the raceway. The 3 not getting a good launch out of that inside. Got caught sleeping just a little bit by Brock. Whitehead Brock's going to be able to get clear. He can jump down if he wants. That would be the smart move as Noah Owens is the closest car to him. He's going to keep it up there on the high side, though. And that's going to allow Noah Owens to get to the side of the number 31. He's going to be able to pass him. And he was just a little bit too eager to get on the jump as we go down the backstretch for the first time here in stage number 2. Side by side for every row so far. Kevin Coleman to the M&M's number 9 tried to do what he could do. Give you guys a little bit of a different aerial view from the spotter stand here at Daytona, going through the tri-oval one more time. Give the lead on over to Noah Owens. Looking on board of that number 14, the Smoke Pit. Try to do what he can do to bring himself up here and get a stage win or some more stage points. See right there, Christopher Tate forcing it 3 wide with Charles Whitehead and Robert Gillard. Going to be able to get clear of Chris or Charles Whitehead. Not anymore. Patrick McQuaid is going to go ahead and let the number 30 machine file on in. You can see Patrick McQuaid currently sitting down in P at number 12. Kathy Todd Owens saying 77 for the win. You know, Kathy, not gonna lie, I'd have to agree. As a dark horse pick, oh yeah, I would love to see Patrick McQuaid finally get into um, victory lane this season. He has not done it yet so far. He did it last year. He won, I believe it was Las Vegas. Then he finished second to me at Michigan. My first race in the season, number 3. Chris Oldfield with a little bit of a bad bump to the number 31 machine. Got him a little bit loose. That would have been bad, especially since they're all sitting in the front part of the field. But they weren't able to do anything with it, as they're going to be side by side, the 3 and the number 31. They've essentially sat right where they were coming to the green flag of the race of stage number 2. Also, we are giving a big shot to the number 3 machine of Noah Owens in that Blues Race Designs number 3. If anybody needs any paint schemes going on, go to Blues Race Designs on Facebook. Noah Owens does really good paints. He's done a whole fleet for me: Cup car, Xfinity car, truck, and street stock. As I am representing Team Conti.gg, told him this is what I wanted. Your creation. This is just the sponsor that I want on the car, and what he pulled out of his hat was absolutely amazing. So once I get back on the racetrack, I can throw that car on and let you guys see what I get to run whenever I get a chance to run in the Ghost Cup Series once again. Hopefully going to make my return to the Ghost Cup Series next season. Not 100% sure. Haven't really thought about my options there. Chris Oldfield gets another good bump, or kind of a bad bump to the number 31. I'm going to send him a little bit sideways. Chris Oldfield thought about going all the way down to the inside, but Christopher Tate's there. Is everybody trying to jockey for position. And Brock Whitehead, it goes from the top all the way down to the inside. Here is big side draft from the number 2 and the number 3 machine. 2 is going to slide up the racetrack. Doesn't want to take out any of his fellow competitors. Dylan Ellis trying to do what he needs to do. Goes all the way down to the bottom. Close call by the number 99 machine to get down there towards the bottom. Oh, we got a wreck towards the back. 54
All right,
just
man.
took
Caution is
out the
out.
number
Caution is out.
27. We have our first caution on the racetrack. Not sure if Robert Gillard thought that he was clear. I'm going to go ahead and slow it on down. Oh, netcode got the best of all that. Is Jonathan Cogswell hard to the outside wall. And Paul Hurst, nowhere to go. Already trying to slow it on down. Doesn't really get that much damage on that car. So we're going to go ahead and rewind it and watch it from TJ Hadley's perspective, as he had to take evasive action. He goes all the way down to the inside. So we're going to watch it to slow-mo once again. Robert Gillard goes all the way down to the inside. Oh, TJ Hadley was blinking, so we can't watch it from TJ's perspective. We're going to watch it from Paul Hurst's point of view. So you're going to see it here. He's going to go all the way down to the inside. Tag the number 27. 27 is going to go hard to the outside wall. Clobber it. Paul Hurst already on the brakes, trying to move down, get out of the way. He knows he's already committed. And then you're going to see TJ Hanley going all the way in and through the grass. So wait, he did not get involved in anything. But that's going to bring out our first caution of the race. And I think this is where we're going to see everybody go down into pit lane because once they make it down into pit lane, they can make it they can make it the rest of the race. There's only 20 laps left in stage number 2. And yeah, like I said, everybody's going to go into pit lane this time by. The 43 laps are complete. The 27 of Jonathan Cogswell going to come back out on the field. Doesn't want to take his fast repair. We'll go ahead and look and see what his car looks like. Believe he got that car pretty much all the way fixed on up. That's what it's looking like. Jonathan Cogswell going to get on around the number 54 of Robert Gillard, who caused the accident.
Green, green, green.
So far, so good. Everybody doing what they need to do. Looks like the number 30 got a really good jump on the field. He's going to put himself up to P number 1. Already you can see 2 packs onto the field. Brock Whitehead with the race lead once again. See it there, the top 4 breakaway. And then you got the rest of the pack right behind them. Trader Rice, hey, let's kick it Zofield. We got a Zofield fan out there in the race chat. Brock Whitehead still with race lead, but here we go. The rest of the pack has caught back up. As Brock's going to protect that top lane, and Christopher Cash goes down to the inside. He's got Wheeler and Zofield behind him. He's got the majority of the pushing going on. Dylan Ellis, obviously, Christopher Cash's and Austin Wheeler's teammate, not able to get down to the inside. But give that lap led to Brock Whitehead once again. Christopher Cash trying to do what he can to get a lap lead. We're going to go ahead and go on over to our second you love to hear it session of the night. We got one more for you tonight. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Sorry about that. Was doing some household chores, but gonna go ahead and look back at our. Ooh, that netcode was really weird. We're gonna have to rewind this back just a little bit to see exactly what happened to Patrick McQuaid. Speed it on up, see what happens to the number 77. A little bit of netcode between him and the number 27. Send him on sideways. Up to the outside wall. Doesn't want to hit it, but comes back on down. Christian Roux able to get that number 14 slowed down. He's going to hit the number 98. 51 is going to hit the 14. 14 is going to hit the 77. Not a lot of damage. Yard sale for the number 77 and the number 51. 9, Kevin Coleman getting involved as well. Everybody else taking evasive action. And definitely not what they want to see happen out here tonight. As we're going to go ahead and go back to our live coverage here at Daytona. Getting ready to go back. Green flag. Race is going to be Christopher Tate and Austin Wheeler on the front row here tonight.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag back out in the air. Even start between the two of the 30 and the 48. They're going to be side by side going into the race as they are back to green flag racing here at Daytona. 5 laps to go for stage number 2. Austin Wheeler dealing with a little bit of issues there. Cash making his way back up to P number 3. Christopher Cash wants to get a stage win really bad, but doesn't want to put his own teammates in a bad position. Christopher Cash will do what he needs to do to get that stage win. He's going to punch really hard. Side draft of the number 27. Put him in a little bit bad there. 7 will give him a nice little offset push to the number 30 machine. Doesn't get him loose or anything like that, but it was a beautiful push. Side a lot of these drivers. 48's finally clear of the number 30. He's not going to drop down. He won't drop down until 69 gets clear. Cash is almost clear. Probably clear for a quick second, then all of a sudden he was not clear. He's going to be clear this time by coming off turn number 4. What does Christopher Cash do? He's going to go down to the inside. Christopher Cash looking to take the race lead. Give that lap to Christopher Cash. 3 laps to go for stage 1 2. Whitehead going to push the number 48, but now Christopher Cash got to make his car as wide as he possibly can. He's got to be able to play both lanes. He wants that stage win. This is the best I've seen Christopher Cash run all season long, up towards the front, staying out of great wrecks. This lead, that top lane, getting a really good push. Coming to 2 laps to go. Christopher Cash losing the race lead to stage number 2. Christian Ruse and TJ Hanley moving down to the inside. Christian Ruse trying to get a little bit of this. Top side is definitely where you want to be. TJ Hanley all over the back bumper, getting him a little bit loose. He's going to be able to take the race lead. A little bit of looseness from the number 14 machine, but give Christian Ruse this lap led. Chris Sofield up to the outside wall. That's going to be a caution.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Who had the race lead before the caution came out? Was it Ruse or was it? I believe it was Austin Wheeler. No. Austin Wheeler gets the stage win once again. Is we're going to go ahead and go on back here and see what happened. It all happened with the number 2. So we're going to stop it. We're going to get the number 2. That is going to be Chris Zofield. Get a different angle. Yeah, I think this angle will work. See what kind of push he's going to get from the number 99 going through the tri-oval. Oh, offset bump. Really bad offset bump. Takes it down to the inside. Comes back up. Obviously, being in the grass, you're not going to have as much traction. He's going to get into the side of the number 99. And another wreck being involved there. But while that ended up happening, we're going to go back and see from the nose. To see if he is the race leader. Not seeing any lights on yet. Well, lights might have already been on. Oh, 1 second. Definitely want to see if Christian Ruse had the race lead. I'm saying right there's where the caution came out, because if we go back and back, we go to this. Yeah, caution is not out. Green flag is still out. So, yeah, Chris Ruse not able to get the stage win here tonight. Austin Wheeler going to win both stages. Obviously, Chris Ruse wanted to get it, but you know what? Instead of talking to Austin Wheeler, we're going to go ahead and talk to Christian Ruse. So let him get into his pit box here. And we're going to go ahead and bring him on up. Christian Ruse, this is Dylan McDonald of the CRN broadcast booth. Going to copy.
What's going on, Dylan?
I was rooting for you. That's all I can say.
Figured as much. Hopefully didn't get the broadcaster's curse there at least.
No, I honestly thought that you got the stage win and then you didn't get in front of Austin Wheeler. I was like, no, he had such a great run. But
yeah, if it was at the line, I think I would have had it, but a little bit later, and he got me.
Yeah, well, you know, all that happened. You still finished P number 2, so another good points on stage number 2. Can't remember where you finished at stage number 1.
P3.
Oh, dude, there's only one more position you can gain.
There is at 3, 2, 1. I think it's destiny at this point.
It is destiny at this point. Hopefully, we can watch it being done the right way, and not, you know, just because you have the smoke pit on the side doesn't mean you got to be part of the smoke show.
Hopefully not, but you know what? At this point, a win's a win, and you know, we're all locked in the playoffs here. So I'll do what I can.
Well, I mean, if you want to look at it at a great perspective, this Daytona race has been actually fairly clean. A big jump around from the first time we were here at Daytona, obviously for the Daytona 300, wrecks upon wrecks, and now this one, it seems like the field has calmed down just a little bit more. Obviously, towards the end of the season, and it's from season one to season now, it's gone that way. The first part of the season is going to be caution fest, so the later of the season is going to be caution less. So,
For sure.
and you know, you can't take it any other way. But you know, you're going to start P numbers 8 on the field. Obviously, a 60 lap dash to the end. You're going to be looking at like 58 to 57 laps to the end of the stage. Look about 26 laps, maybe 28 laps of fuel per tank. So a couple of pit stops going on here in the
Yes,
second
sir.
stage. So obviously, hopefully everything works out for you. You've been up towards the front the whole race. You don't want to see you anywhere down to that bottom 10. You got to see you in the top 5 and up.
Hopefully, yeah. You know, I've shot myself in the foot a lot with some pit speeding penalties. I think Indy's the most recent one where I had to come back from 2 laps down there. So, hoping if this goes green for some green flag stops that I can get in clean, get out. I've been practicing really good, so or practicing that, and I've got it nailed down pretty good. So I've got good confidence there. Just hope that the group that comes with me can get out clean and get back to it.
Well, one more question before we get you down in there to your team, Chad. It seems like everybody wants to be on that high side through the corners and through the straightaways. Is that the move here at Daytona?
You know, it all depends on where the cars are at and who you've got. There's some people here I know can push me wherever. Shoot, Tate just tried pushing me through the wall in 1 and 2 a little bit ago, and was able to gather that one up. Really, it's going to be where numbers are at and who you've got around you. You know, high line can work for a couple laps, then low line will come back in once they got numbers and momentum. So it's really a 50-50 shot, and we just got to make sure that I'm in the right lane coming in.
All right, everybody, we're going to go ahead and move you back down there to your team chat. Get ready to go, and hopefully be able to talk to you at the end of this thing.
Sounds good, buddy. Talk to you later.
All right. That's going to be Christian Ruse in the number 14 machine. Nice to always talk to Christian Ruse out here tonight. As so far, it's going to be the 98 and the 08 going to lead these drivers back to the green flag. TJ Hanley on the outside. And a Chris Roberge on the inside. Who's going to have the advantage coming to the green flag? It looks like TJ Hanley already.
Green flag,
This
green flag.
flag is back out on the racetrack. The 3 of Noah Owens getting a really good restart behind that number 98 machine. Help push him to the front. TJ Hanley. It's the top lane, top 4. We're all bunched up. Christian Ruse giving a little bit of room. So Christian Ruse kind of backing it on up, saving himself for a late race boom. Still have 16 cars out there on the racetrack. Samuel Lawson and Jeff Kalinsma both parking it for tonight. TJ Hanley, Mr. Cash was going to try to do. He's going to block that road for the 69 machine. Going to bring himself on up and around. Top lane kind of dwindling on out. They got 5, 6 cars on that outside, 7 cars on that inside. Sorry, numbers are going to be on the inside like Christian Ruse was talking about. And then you got Kevin Kuhlman and Will Ellis in the rear back there. TJ Daniel with the race lead. Christopher Burge going to get spun around into pit lane. Misses the cone, doesn't want to go down into pit lane to get a black flag. No caution, he's going to be out. But a bad bump by Christopher Cash, sending them into the 08 of TJ Hanley. TJ Hanley going to go all the way towards the back due to his connection issues. That changes everything towards the front. Everybody having to dodge just a little bit. Chris Ruse up on that outside with Noah Owens and Christopher Tate. 3 on the top, 4 on the inside, 2 abreast. Christian Ruse with the race lead. They got 5 cars on the outside, 2 on the inside. Now 3 and 4. Once again, gap between Cogswell and Christopher Tate. These two up here, he's really shoving them everywhere in the corner. Now Christopher Tate going to go down to the inside. Now the roles have reversed. 4 and 3. 4 on the inside, 3 on the top. Christopher Tate with the race lead. Jonathan Cogswell getting Christian Ruse down the tri-oval in the front stretch into turns number 1 and 2. Going to give a big gap between the 14 and the number 27. The 14 is going to drop down to P number 4. 3 separate gaps. You got the 30, the 3, the 31, the 48, the 14. Group number 2, you got Christopher Cash, Patrick McQuaid, Paul Hurst, and Chris Zofield in that one. And then you got Dylan Ellis, Kevin Coleman, and Charles Whitehead. And then you have TJ Hanley and Chris Roberge. Daytona definitely a racetrack where you don't want to get caught up in anything. But does end up happening. Laps in here tonight at Daytona. Brock Whitehead in the back of this pack. These drivers have formed a unison line to keep Patrick McQuaid, Paul Hurst, Christopher Cash on back there. They're not in a single file line. Christopher Cash, he's got to get behind the 2 of Chris Zofield to make this 4-car tandem work. Now he's finally clear. He's going to finally get behind the number 2 machine. Going to help push him up to the number 57. 57 is going to help push the number 77. And hopefully this little group can get back up to the hopefully this little 4-car group can get back up to the racing group. Russell Wheeler sitting at P at number 3 here tonight. But while we are under our next green flag conditions, we're going to go ahead and take our final. We'd love to hear it. Turn the volumes down, turn the cars up, and we'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I do want to apologize for taking a little bit too long on that. You love to hear it. We are back here. We're going to be commercial free for the rest of this race. Also, Wheeler is up in the P number 1 position with Christopher Tate right behind him in P number 2. Brock Whitehead in P number 3. Noah Owens in 3rd. Or 4th, excuse me, and then Christian Ruse in P number 5. We have seen the green flag pit stops take effect here. So far, only one have been done. We need another green flag pit stop going on here tonight. But again, I do want to apologize to everybody out there waiting for me to make my return back to the mic. Duty ended up calling my name, so I had to do what I needed to do. But we're here again at Daytona, single file. We've got a couple of different packs of racing all the way around here tonight. Christopher Cash has lost the main pack as he is down in P number 14, 1 lap down, as I believe Christopher Cash having an issue getting spun around, maybe. We'll go ahead and look and see what happened to the number 69. Give me one quick second, and we can look and see exactly what happened to Christopher Cash as he went off track. We'll go ahead and go back to a CRN replay, see what happens with the driver of the number 69. Oh, not sure exactly what happened to him. He just disappeared. Oh, he came back onto the racetrack. Mr. Cash entered pit lane. Mr. Cash went off track. So this is where, so he's having some internet issues, and that's where that was going on. So he's into pit lane. But back up here towards the front, it's going to be Austin Wheeler. See, it's going to be Austin Wheeler, Christopher Tate, Brock Whitehead, Noah Owens, and Christian Rouge, your top 5 at nose to tail. The 98 in the 08. Both 1 lap down, not in contention to win tonight's race. As of right now, anything can happen, though. The 9 of Kevin Coleman back there in P at number 12 with, I believe he's back there with Patrick McQuaid and Chris Zofield. He is not, so he's with Dylan Ellis and company. There's the gap. Patrick McQuaid in P number 6 is just now across the finish line. The lead pack, though, if you look on the track map, is going into turns number 3. Dylan Ellis up here on the top shelf. You got 2 Toyotas and you got 1 lonesome Chevy, as they're trying to get themselves sorted out to get back in line. Chris Zofield's currently sitting in P at number 7 with the second pack, just now getting ready to cross the start finish line, as they are going to take 22 laps to go here at Daytona. One more pit stop on tonight's docket. Race has been fairly clean the whole time. It's all going to be about where these people go into pit lane. As it looks like Christopher Tate gonna go ahead and push Austin Wheeler on out. Get him a nice little run away from P number 3, but it's gonna close up fairly quickly. As the last time these drivers pit was on lap number 85. So look at about 105-ish. 105 would be 20 laps. About 110, you'll have a 10-lap shootout for the field on when these drivers want to pit. Obviously, top 5 going to do what they need to do to jump each other in pit lane, but obviously you want to make sure you have somebody with you when you come back out. 57 going to go ahead and dip on into pit lane this time by. And the leaders have caught the 9 and the 99. So I guess you could say the 999 for that. Christopher Cash sitting in a pit lane, obviously trying to get some hardware issues figured out on that number 69. Having to deal with a little bit of linking along the way. But they were able to get it done the way they needed to. Leader's going to go up on the outside past these 2 slower cars. Hopefully all 5 of them able to get on around, and no, Christian Ruse, not able to get there. He's going to get stuck by that. He's going to just push the number 9 up to that pack and then hopefully get on around him as the top 4. Try to pull on away. Christian Ruse, I know he's getting mad. Say, hey man, look, you're a lap down, you're multiple laps down. Can you please just get out of my way real quick so I can get back with the race leaders? He's trying, but not getting any help from anybody. We'll stay back here with Christian Ruse. As Christopher Tate's going to help him. He's going to bounce out to the outside. Oh, that's why they have more lap traffic coming on up. And now Noah Owens almost getting involved with a accident there. Now you got the top 5 back together once again. They're all going to be able to get back down to the inside lane. Christopher Tate going to keep it on the outside, get that car cooled down relatively quickly. Getting all that clear air to the front bumper of the number 30. 16 laps to go. Looking about pit stops in about 5 laps time. 5 laps time, it'll be 10 laps to go here at Daytona. Top 5 at nose to tail. Going to go ahead and ride on board with the number 14 machine. Nope, I was wrong. They're going into pit lane this time by. Oh, TJ Hadley misses pit road. Almost does a wear on the field. They get themselves into pit lane one more time. So this is it. This is where they're going to make their money on their pit stops. Better view there. Christopher Tate already in and out. Christian Ruse already in and out. Noah Owens out. Whitehead out. He's going to jump 1 position. He's going to jump 2 positions. He's going to come out P number 3 off of pit lane. But now this is where it's going to hurt Christopher Tate. Christopher Tate's got no help as of right now. Austin Wheeler gets hurt by it as well. Slow pit stop for the number 48 machine. Yeah, everybody else taking no tires. And Austin Wheeler taking tires. Is the lead pack into pit lane this time by. They're going to lose the lead. And it's going to go right back to these three right here. Is Christopher Tate still out with a manageable lead. These three back here just kind of waiting in the distance. Well, look at that. Christian Ruse up to the front of the pack, able to make it happen. Uses the massive run that he got with Brock Whitehead to propel himself up to the race lead. Christopher Tate doing what he needs to do to be on that back bumper. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to CRN. Want to thank Chris Hubka in the Race League for allowing me to jump up in the broadcast booth, give away my position of racing and getting up in the broadcaster's booth to bring you the live coverage week in and week out. Obviously, I missed a couple weeks due to having a computer fry on me. And then going in and from there, I will not be in the broadcast booth on September 12th as I'll be heading up to Michigan for a union conference. So we'll probably have Tom Freitas in the broadcast booth for that one. So far, so good. 12 laps to go. Chris Ruse still with race lead here at Daytona. Top four there with him is Austin Wheelers with Zofield, Cogswell, Gillard, and McQuaid. And they have picked up a bunch of time. If Austin Wheeler, Austin Wheeler is with the 9. So I wonder, so Zofield is all the way back here. Cogswell. Gillard is with McQuaid. Yeah, so they lost a lot of time, actually. They're all with different. But doesn't really matter as of right now with 10 laps to go this time by. So far, so good. Still single file for the most part. Austin Wheeler trying to get the 9 to push him all the way back up to the front pack. That'll make a big difference out here. They got a straightaway, half a straightaway gap. They can make it work. Dylan Ellis obviously not on the lead lap. He is one lap down, so he's not really in the factor position to get it done. But Brock Whitehead's actually sitting in a perfect spot right now. Brock Whitehead is sitting in a comfortable spot. I mean, me, honestly, if it was coming down here, this is where I'd want to be. I'd want to be in the third place, trying to do what I needed to do. Wait till the last lap, use that side draft to get that race win. We've seen it time and time again. Brock Whitehead is one of those drivers that knows what he's doing very well. 7 laps to go here at Daytona. Austin Wheeler picking up just a little bit of time on the field. Not too much. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys like, subscribe to CRN, hit the little bell notification so you guys don't miss anything that CRN has to offer, as we have leagues throughout the entire week. Myself, Carl, Jimmy, John Nobinger, Tyler Scozen, David Tilford, Joseph Sullivan, Ricky Gonzalez. The list goes on and on of CRN broadcasters. If you guys want any season's broadcast, make sure you guys find us on Facebook at Core Racing Network -CRN on Facebook. One of us three, myself, Carl Handwerk, or Jimmy Covert, will be happy to get back with you as long as we have open availability on the night that you need covered. 5 laps to go in just a little bit of a gaps between each and every single car. Nobody's really eyeing up any kind of runs. I know Christopher Tate might eye up a run. Obviously, everybody is in the playoffs as of right now. That is in the race, but who wants the extra bonus points for leading or for winning the race here tonight? For the playoff picture. Three laps to go here at Daytona. It's a 4-car battle for the race win. Austin Wheeler starting to close the gap, but is it going to be enough? Austin Wheeler's got Chris Roberge and Kevin Coleman on his back bumper. Coming off of turns number 3 and 4, coming around to take the white flag. It's all going to come down to this. Race is going to end under regulation. We're not going to need a green-white checker. Does Christopher Tate try to make a move? Is he going to help push his teammate to a win? They're coming up on lap traffic of Patrick McQuaid. They're going to move up to the outside. This is where we'll have to keep an eye on. Brock Whitehead is dead in the water. He's not going to be able to get a good run on Christopher Tate or Christian Ruse. Off turns number 3 and 4 for the final time here at Daytona. Here comes Brock Whitehead to the outside. He's not going to have enough, but it's going to be Christian Ruse getting the race win here tonight at Daytona. He's got to be ecstatic to finally break through, get another race win on the season. Into that number 14, Brock Whitehead with a late race charge, pulling himself up to P number 2. Christopher Tate rounding out your top 3. And that's what I was talking about. Brock Whitehead very good at the last lap. Run to the inside and take over that position. Everybody going to give Christian Ruse a celebratory bump. Very well deserved. Brought him in under stage number 2. We can say that the broadcaster's curse is broken, as he was worried about that. Johnny Williams said, I told you, he picked the number 14 earlier in the show to get the race win. And Christian Ruse is a race winner here in the Ghost Cup Series for the second time of his Ghost Cup Series career. Last season champion, coming out strong, leading and winning the last initial race of the season. Getting it done here at Daytona. Adding another win for Hubka Motorsports as well, as he's going to go ahead and burn it down if he remembers how to do burnouts. Going to go ahead and burn it down here tonight, as we're going to go ahead and get our final position results on up here on the screen for you. Results, if it's going to work. Not sure if it's going to work here. Results. No? Not going to let me see the results. Grid. Yeah, not going to let me see the results, but first is going to be Christian Ruse. Second is going to be Brock Whitehead. Third is going to be Christopher Tate. Fourth is going to be Noah Owens. Fifth is going to be Austin Wheeler. Sixth, Chris Zofield. Seventh, Jonathan Cogswell. Eighth, Robert Gillard. Ninth, Dylan Ellis. 10th, Kevin Coleman. 11th, Chris Roberge. 12th, Patrick McQuaid. 13th is going to be Paul Hurst. 14th, TJ Hanley. 15th, Charles Whitehead. 16th, Christopher Cash. 17th, Samuel Lawson. And running out your 18 car field is going to be Jeffrey Charisma. I'm going to go ahead and get our third place finisher into the broadcast booth. That is going to be Christopher Tate. I'm going to go on over here, grab our third place finisher of Chris Tate.
What's up, brother?
Christopher Tate, this is Dylan in the CRN broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, man. How you doing?
I'm doing actually fairly well. Obviously, Daytona being one of the cleanest races that I've seen this year on the plate track side of things. Obviously, you had them where you wanted them at. You were sitting P number 2. Obviously, you're content on riding. You didn't really look to want to make a move on Christian Ruse there towards the end. Kind of walk me through what you were kind of thinking coming to the end of this race.
Yeah, I knew there the whole last run. Like, I'm not in the points or nothing. I know Ruse, he's a really good friend of mine, so I was really wanting to try and just stick with him because he's been on the heartbreaking end of a lot of these things. So I'm glad to see him finally get another win. He's well deserving of it. I'm honestly very surprised at how clean the race was overall. I don't think I've ever had a Daytona or Talladega race this clean. So, I mean, it was fun. Good hard racing. Lots of amazing saves. I don't know how people saved them. Yeah, another top three. I'm happy with it.
You know, you say one of the cleanest Daytona or Talladega races, and I'd have to agree with you on that one. I mean, we only had, I think, probably 3 cautions total for wrecks, maybe give or take, and then obviously the 2 for the stage wins and or the stages. But you know, you say you're not really in contention for the championship or anything like that, but I believe I seen Christopher Hubka post the um, what is it, the playoff standings or everything like that. And I believe your name was on it. I'd have to find it and actually look for it. But definitely going to be something fun to watch you come on out here, race when you can. Obviously, along outside of the iRacing world, you have a life being a U.S. Marine and getting ready for a new announcement on your Facebook page coming here soon. But it's been a pleasure being able to be down there in the racetrack with you whenever I get to race with you, depending on what league we're running in. But seeing you up here in the broadcast booth after a long, grueling green flag run here at Daytona, you can't be too mad.
No, like I said, it was a good race overall. I'm gonna start trying to race these a little bit more. I know I've been gone for a while, so like still a great group of guys to run with. I enjoy spending time with anytime I can. So yeah, look forward to next week if I can make that one, and hopefully a few more down the road. And yeah, just you mentioned it, my post on, you mentioned my oh, I got moved. No, I didn't. Okay, but I was confused. But yeah, like I said, um, good race. Uh, I forgot what I was gonna say, but yeah.
The
Well,
post.
see you next time.
All right, buddy. Well, if there's anybody on that number 30 machine you'd like to give a shout out to, Mr. Tate, the floor is yours.
Yeah, T-Top Manufacturing, like always. Smoke Fit, 1.3 speed. Cast Customs. Really just everyone that's jumping on board. So, oh yeah, that's right. You mentioned it on a post on Tuesday. So yeah, just stay tuned. Stay tuned for that news. I've been working on that for a while, so excited to get that out there.
All right, buddy. Well, we're going to go ahead and let you get on up there, celebrate that third place finish here tonight, and hopefully we'll be able to talk to you next week and the weeks coming that you're able to make it out here tonight.
I appreciate it.
All right, buddy. That's going to be our third place finisher of Christopher Tate. Going to go ahead and move on up to our second place finisher. That's going to be the number 31. Had to make sure. Yeah, the 31 of Brock Whitehead. Brock, this is Dylan in the CRN broadcast booth. You got a copy.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. We seen you at the front. We seen you at the back. We seen you make it 3 wide. We seen you make it 2 wide. We seen you lead. We seen you be a second. We seen you in every position, every single position. It didn't matter where you were. And then Tuesday night, same with Tuesday night. We seen you in the lead. We seen you battling with your dad. Same with here tonight. Your dad was up there towards the front leading some lap. Well, trying to lead some laps. I know he really wants to get those laps led on his book. But, man, that last caution, or not the last caution, the last pit stop, he ended up dropping down to P number 3. Christian Ruse ended up jumping a lot of people in pit road. And then you and Ruse caught Tate, and he used that outside lane to his advantage, passing you and Tate, and got the lead and never looked back.
Yeah, the really I thought, hey, you don't want to be on the lead on the last lap. So really, I was thinking about me and we got Tate and Noah. We're sitting there. We could go around them whenever, but I had started backing up in 3 and 4 with 2 to go and timed it perfect just to see. And I tried to get on the last lap and I got a big run. I told Tate to jump high, but he was like, "No, I'm not in the points." So then I just side drafted him and just couldn't get to Ruse because obviously there's 2 cars there and I'm just the one. But obviously, usually with the last lap, if you're in the lead, you're the sitting duck.
Yeah, I even brought that up on broadcast. It's like, you know what? At Daytona, you don't really want to be the leader. You're going to be a sitting duck. Where you really want to be is third or fourth position. You don't want to be anywhere near that lead. And like you said, you timed it perfect. From all the plate races that I've done with you, and the plate races that I've seen, there's only two people that are really good at the last lap pass. That's you and DJ Daniel. Obviously, DJ's not in the league anymore, but you and DJ are really good at eyeing up the run, when to make it happen. And obviously, if I think if Noah would have went with you on that outside, you and Noah could have gotten alongside of Christian Ruse to make that pass. Obviously, it didn't happen the way that you wanted it to, but playoffs have started now officially, and now you can kind of start working and focusing on the playoffs coming up here. Obviously, it's going to be a long, grueling playoff season. What's it going to take to see that number 31 back in victory lane and potentially having a championship?
Yeah, really just really just showing up. I haven't been racing a whole lot. Been burnt out on it. But I came back Tuesday and then raced tonight. So trying to get back into it. It's just gonna probably take a couple weeks. But yeah, just showing up and doing what I do and focusing on what track is coming up and getting some practice put in.
Yeah, definitely going to want to have the practice in there. Obviously, you're a fast competitor. It's definitely going to battle come down to, okay, where do I need my patience at? But that's just the way that the cookie crumbles, especially at the tighter short tracks or anything like that. But Brock, it's been a pleasure having you up here in the broadcast booth, getting your next interview done here on a CRN. If there's anybody on that number 31 machine you'd like to give a shout out to, the floor is yours.
Yeah, everybody at Whitehead Racing, my dad and Trey, and everybody at Smoky Mountain, Cash, Tate, Noah, Wheeler, just everybody over there. It's a big, amazing group of guys, and we have a lot of laughs while we're racing. But yeah, I just want to thank them and thank you for broadcasting and Hubka for putting the league on.
Alrighty, buddy. We're going to go ahead and let you get on out of here. Celebrate that second place finish here tonight, and hopefully we'll be able to talk to you next week.
Yep.
All right, that's going to do it for our second place finisher of Brock Whitehead. Now we're going to move up to our race winner. The man who had Johnny Williams on his side, saying before the race even pretty much started was going to get the race win. That's going to be Christian Ruse of the number 14. Christian, this is Dylan in the CRN broadcast booth. Get a copy.
I sure do. What's going on?
Oh, I think you're doing a little bit better than me, my friend.
Only slightly. I'm pumped.
I figured you would be. I mean, obviously, this is your second race win in the Ghost Cup Series. Your first win came last season in the championship race to help you get the championship, and now your second win here at Daytona. And what a great way to start the playoffs, having the momentum on your side with a race win.
Oh, for sure. This is huge. And for as many times as I've been close, so close here at Daytona and Talladega, it feels good to finally squeak one out. Wheeler has the regular season championship locked up. He's had that for a while. So I'm trying to get whatever momentum I can going into the playoffs. And this is huge for me.
Yeah, obviously with Wheeler being obviously the favorite, I mean, there's no bias here, even though I'm part of Smoky Mountain, he is my teammate. There's just a little bias,
It's
but
facts are facts. You can't argue them.
yeah, I'm pulling for you. I think you can get it done for a second year in a row. I think if you stay with the momentum that you have right now and you keep it clean like you always do, but you just get caught up in other people's bullcrap, I think you have a potential shot at winning your second Cup Series.
I think so. Wheeler is the one to beat. He has been all season. I can't say enough good things about him, but man, he is just hard to compete against and hard to beat. If I can, like you said, keep my nose clean over the next couple rounds of the playoffs and make it to Homestead. Homestead's not a great track for me, but if I can get some momentum and get some practice in, maybe things will turn around for me. I wish it was at Homestead again like last season. Man, that was an awesome race and one of my favorite tracks to go to, but Phoenix is not something that I'm really happy to see as the final playoff race. But you know what? It is what it is. We have all got to race the same track, and hopefully it'll turn out all right.
Well, for that week, me and you are going to practice every day if you can, because
Count me in.
Phoenix is my track, especially in the next gens. Oh man, Phoenix is my track. It doesn't matter what kind of car I'm in. Phoenix is the way to go. It's just it's something different, man. That's all it is. It's gonna feel weird when I tell you to do, but trust the process. I'm the bread
Hey,
man.
sign me up. Sign me up. I'm all for it.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be something fun. Obviously, before we can even talk about the championship race, you got to get to the championship race, and
True.
there's a lot of tracks on there that kind of fit your profile. There's a lot of tracks that don't fit your profile. What tracks are you most looking forward to in round number one, and what tracks are you not looking forward to in round number one?
Ah, man, round one. Wilkesboro, New Hampshire, and Bristol. Wilkesboro, I'm all right at. Bristol, yeah, that's just a race of attrition, really. New Hampshire, that's going to be a killer for me. All it is a big Martinsville, and I'm not great at Martinsville either. Earlier this season, that was another race of attrition, and that one ended up, I think I got a top five. First car one lap down, and everybody else wrecked out of the race. So New Hampshire is going to be one that I got to practice hard for. I think I finished the regular season here third or fourth in playoff or in the standings. So I feel pretty confident going in to at least make it through the round of 16 based on points. We can start looking after that. The Roval in round of 12 is going to be another heel of mine. I'm no good at road courses, so it'll be interesting to see how things play out. 2 out of 3 good tracks for me in the round of 16. So hopefully we'll make it through, even if we just have to scrape by on points. I'm all right with that as long as we can keep trucking.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there is a wide variety. I mean, you got one road course, you got two. I guess you could say two plate tracks with Atlanta, unless it's the old Atlanta. If it's the new Atlanta, then you got two plate tracks
I believe it
with
is the new one.
yeah. See, so you got two chances at a plate track win, one at being at Atlanta, one being at Talladega, and then obviously you got Martinsville, which nobody's really good at. It's just it's just if you're there, you're there. If you're not, you're not.
Yep.
And then obviously, like you said, Homestead. It's not your forte of a track, but if everything lines up good, you can get the win. You can potentially get the win there. Chicagoland, oh man, that is a blast of a track right there.
Oh, I love it. I
Me,
absolutely love it.
me personally, if I was racing, I would love the round of 16. I would love the round of 12, other than the Roval. I'll probably skip that one. The round of eight, I would do every race in the round of eight, and then obviously the championship. Like all the races on here, I've been destined to race in. And then obviously after Auto Club, I hopped up in, or after the street course, I hopped up in the broadcast booth. So I missed a lot of my favorite tracks like Iowa, Pocono, the Glen, Bristol, Darlington, obviously Indianapolis, just due to it being my home track. And it's like,
Yeah. Yep.
darn. But it happens. But man, you got the race win here tonight. Now you can get to lock on in on the playoff bubble. Obviously, you get the extra bonus points for winning the race for playoff points next week. Can't wait to see what you do. Obviously, North Wilkesboro going to be next weekend. Another short track on the schedule. But Christian, if there's anybody on the number 14 machine to like to give a shout out to, the floor is yours.
Of course, always huge thanks to the Smoke Pit, Extreme Automotive Detailing, 1-3 Speed, Lafler Labor Services, Johnny Williams for putting this paint together for me earlier this season. A huge shout out to Chris Tate for the push there. He's done it to me before, where he's pushed me out of turn 4 and still beat me to the line. So it was nice to be on the other end of that one this time. Also, huge shout out to my wife for letting me do this week in and week out. Her support is huge. You for putting on the broadcast every week. Nice watching back through the old broadcasts, and definitely going to watch this one for sure. And then Hubka and everybody else in the league that showed up tonight. I know Hubka missed it, but putting on the league and, the 16, 18 cars, whatever we had, it was a really good race. Like you said, when we talked after stage 2, it was a clean race as far as super speedways go. So huge shout out to everyone for keeping their heads together this week and coming out and putting on a good show.
Well, there you have it. Christian Ruse, a race winner here again for the second time in the Ghost Cup Series. And by the way, for everybody out there watching, and since I have you still in the broadcast booth, the broadcaster's curse is broken. So I don't want to hear no more about this broadcaster's curse. I don't want to hear nothing
Hey, I'm
else.
glad to be the one to break it.
Yeah, I mean, we've broken it a couple of different times with different people in other leagues, but I finally got it off my back here at Ghost Cup Series. But Christian, we're gonna go ahead and let you get on out of here. Celebrate that race win. Spend some time with the wife and the kid, and
Of course.
we'll see you again next week.
Sounds good, buddy.
Alrighty. That's going to be our race winner of Christian Ruse. I don't know why I said Christopher again, but that's going to do it for myself up here in the broadcast booth. As Christian Ruse is going to burn it down one more time, the smoke pit, or you can even say the smoke show. I guess we could say it here tonight on a CRN. But man, what a great race out here tonight, being a potentially the cleanest show that we've seen here at Daytona. Minimal cautions, a lot of green flag runs. Johnny Williams out there calling a shot on the broadcast saying that Christian Ruse was going to get the race win. But that's going to do it for myself up here on the broadcast booth. My name is Dylan for CRN. Wish you guys take care. Brush your hair.